Okay, good morning, students. Already we learnt about the transverse waves and the longitudinal waves and what is the displacement of the wave. Okay, so what is displacement of a that oscillating particle? Okay, so that is the displacement of a wave. Okay, so here, so now we are just take brief over those ones. Okay, so here, what is wave? Okay, so wave is a disturbance. Okay, so that is which carries the energy from one point to the another point, but the position of the particle does not change. Okay, so the energy only transfer from one point to the another point. Okay, so now let us consider, here is the particle. Okay, so here is the particle. Okay, so the wave is moving like this. Okay, so that means this is the direction of the wave propagation. Okay, so this is direction of wave propagation. Okay, and here direction of wave propagation means in which the energy is moving. Okay, or the disturbance is moving. Okay, so in which direction the energy is moving or disturbance is moving. Okay, so that direction is known to be a wave propagation. Okay na? So next, for the oscillation of a particle, now let us consider, here is a particle. Okay, so the particle is oscillating about its mean position. This is the mean position of a particle. Then the particle is oscillating like this. Okay, so here this is the oscillation of a particle and this is the wave propagation. Okay, so now for the transverse and the longitudinal, here for transverse and next one is longitudinal. Okay, so these are the two methods of the wave pattern. Okay, so already we considered that the wave is a pattern of the vibratory disturbances. Okay, so now here we are having the two method, one is transverse wave and the one is the longitudinal wave. Okay, so if here is the particle vibration is perpendicular to wave propagation. Okay, so that is the transverse wave, and the longitudinal wave is the particle vibration is parallel to or in the direction of the wave propagation. Okay, so all these are okay. Now here for the transverse waves are formed at the surface only. Okay, now let us consider, here is the water. This is a container which is having some water in this. Okay, now here is the particle. Okay, so now the particle is vibrating like this. Okay, so this is in the media, this is the water media, and here we are having some air media. Already we learnt about that the transverse waves are formed at the surface only. Surface means the interface between the two media. Okay, so here this is a water media and this is the air media. Okay, so the waves which are formed at this surface, that are the transverse. Okay, now here this is the media, water media. Okay, if the waves which are formed inside the media, that are the longitudinal. Okay, so these are the longitudinal waves. Okay, so this is within the medium. Okay, so and these are the formed at the surface. Okay, now here for the transverse waves, already we learned that there is some particle oscillation. Okay, so here the particle oscillation and the wave propagation are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so when we have taken one photograph of that situation, we are having some wave like this. We are getting the pattern like this. Okay, okay, so in this we are considered that the here we are getting the particle like this, and here is the particle, and okay, so we are getting the particles like this. Okay, the pattern of particle is like this. Okay, so here that means if here is the particle and now the energy is transferred here, and here is the particle. Okay, so already we learned that the maximum displacement which is done by that one is crust. Okay, so that means the point at which we are getting the maximum displacement, that is the crust. Okay, so the point at which we are getting the maximum negative displacement, that is the trough. Okay, so here is the trough and here is the crust. Okay, so after some time here the particle is here, next after some time then the energy is transferred here. So as the energy is transferred here, here we are getting the maximum displacement, so that's why we are having the wave like this. Okay, next after some time we are getting the crust here. Okay, so for this crust we are having the wave like this. Okay, so that means the crust is moving from here to here, here to here. Okay, so that means in the transverse wave the crust is moving. Okay, so here also we are getting the trough also moves from here to here and here to here. Okay, so here we are getting the three waves. So first one is this, second one is this, okay, third one is this. Okay, so the trough is moving from here to here and here to here. Okay, so trough also moving. Okay, so in the transverse wave the crust is moving or the trough is moving. Okay, but there is only transmission of the energy or the vibration but not the material. Okay, so the material is remains at the that place only. The particle is vibrating about that position only, that mean position only. The particle is not displaced. Okay, the energy of that particle only transform from one particle to another particle. Okay, now here just consider that in the transverse wave the crust is moving and the trough also moving. Okay, but in the longitudinal wave, let us consider already just consider a metallic body, or consider this is a pen. Okay, so here this is a pen. Okay, so inside we are having some media. Okay, when we are knocked it here, okay, so the waves are formed inside this one. Okay, and also some vibrations are placed on this surface of this pen, so that's why here also some waves are formed. Okay, so the waves which are formed at this surface are the transverse waves, and the waves which are formed inside the media, that are the longitudinal. Okay, so now here in the case of transverse wave the crust and the trough are moving. In the longitudinal case, just consider I am speaking. Okay, so there exists some air media inside the there is some air media in between you and me. Okay, so let us consider that here I am speaking, there is some air layers. Okay, so you are listening. Okay, like that. Okay, now here consider the air layers are, just consider. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like that. Okay, so these are the air layers. Okay, now the particles of the media now at the equilibrium position. Okay, so all those ones are the equidistance from each other. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 all are at the equilibrium position. That means all layers are at the equidistance. Okay, now here I am striking this first one. Okay, so after striking this, here we are getting some oscillations. Okay, so by that oscillations here this will compressed. Okay, so that means by the given force. Okay, so this energy of the particle will be to here and like this. Okay, so all these three particle will be compressed like this, 1 2 3 1 2 3, and next 4 and next 5 and 6 7. Okay, 4 5 6 7 are the, so here 4 5 6 7 are the equidistance from each other, but we are getting the compression in between the 1 2 and 3. Okay, so that means when I am giving some force to the first particle, the energy will be transferred to the second particle, and second particle will give the energy to the third particle. Okay, but here the given energy is consumed at the third particle, and here the third particle having some elasticity. Okay, that means restoring force. Okay, so by the restoring force, after some time it will come back to its original position. That is, here is a 1 and here is a 2, and there exists the third one will be again come to its virginal position. That means this position is the virginal position of the third one. Okay, so this is the third position, and next 4th and 5 and the 6 and 7. Okay, so here I am written 3 and 4 and 5 are close to each other. Why? Because here after consumption of energy and the third one will be restoring back to its position, and this will apply some force on the fourth one. Okay, so that means when the force is acted at this one, so here we are giving the pressure on this third one, so we are getting some compression in between the third, fourth, fifth. Okay, so this is the compression. Okay, so already we know here as 1, 2, 3 are very close to each other. That means the pressure at the third one, the pressure at the third point will be increases. Okay, so increase of pressure, there is some sort of explosion, so just like compressed spring. Okay, so due to compression, okay, so there is some explosion, and then there exists some potential energy that will be thrown back. Okay, so here we are getting the third, fourth, fifth, we are getting some compression in between the third, fourth, fifth. Okay, so that means the pressure has increased at this third, fourth, 5. Okay, now here when the energy is finished, okay, so that means the energy will be converted into the potential energy because of the spring action. Just consider this is a spring. Okay, so then there exists some explosion with some certain acceleration. Okay, so here number 3 will be go forward, and there exists some compression. Okay, so as it is compressed in between the 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here we are having some gap in between the 2 and 3. Okay, so that means in between the 2 and 3. Okay, so in between the 2 and 3, the gases in between the 2 and 3 are the rarefy. Okay, so that's why here we are getting the rarefactions. Okay, so that means here we are getting some vacuum. Okay, so here as after the energy is consumed at the 5. Okay, then again 5 also come to its original position here. Okay, so this is a fifth position. Okay, and here this fifth position giving some energy to the 6 and 7. Okay, so okay, so here we are getting the compression 5, 6, 7 also we are getting the compression. Okay, so here is the 4 is there. Okay, so in between 4 and 5 we are getting some rarefraction. Okay, like that. Okay, like that we are getting this pattern. Okay, so these are the compressions, and the in between gap we are getting the vacuum, that is a rarefraction. Why? Because the air in between these two has rarefied. Okay, so that's why we are known to be a rarefraction. Okay, so that means in the longitudinal case we are getting the compressions and rarefractions. Okay, so that means here the moving is what? Compression is moving, or the rarefraction also moving. Okay, so in the transversive case crust is moving or the trough is moving. Okay, so this is about the transversive and the longitudinal. Okay, so now when we have taken one photograph of the longitudinal wave, okay, so here also we are getting like this only. We are getting the wave like this only. Okay, so at this position we are known to be a compression. This is the compression and this is the rarefraction. Okay, so here this pattern is as same like the transversive wave. Okay, so in the transversive wave we are getting we are having wave like this. So here we are known to be a crust, and here trough. Okay, so that means the pattern of the wave is same for the transverse waves and the longitudinal waves. Okay, so the pattern of the wave is same for the longitudinal and the transversive wave, but in the case of the longitudinal, here we are having the compression. In the case of the trough we are having the rarefraction. Okay, so that means in the transversive wave the crust and the trough is moving. In the longitudinal wave we are considering that compression and the rarefraction is moving. Okay, but the pattern of the wave is same for the longitudinal and the transversive. Okay, now again, so we have some wave properties. Okay, so for the wave properties in the transversive case, in the transversive wave, okay, so already we learned that this is the time period. Okay, so here this is a one cycle, okay, so consider that. Okay, so this is 360 degrees, 360 means 2 pi. Okay, so here as this is a 2 pi, this is the positive cycle and this is a negative cycle, this is a positive cycle and this is a negative cycle. Okay, so here the total phase which is done by this one cycle is what? 2 pi. Okay, so the phase is 2 pi. Okay, so the length of this wave is how much? Lambda. The length is lambda, that is wavelength. Okay, so that is the length of the one cycle is lambda. So here for the positive cycle we are having the lambda by 2 and for the negative cycle we are having the lambda by 2. So that is the total length of the wave is what? Lambda. Okay, so this is the wavelength of the this wave. Okay, so that means the distance between two successive, here this is a wave, just consider this is a wave. Okay, so here is a crust, here is a crust. Okay, so the distance between two successive point is a wavelength. Okay, wavelength is what? The distance between two successive points. Here is the crust, here is the crust. Okay, so the distance between the two successive points or the distance between the two crust or the distance between the two troughs. Okay, also a wavelength. Wavelength is over. Okay, now for the amplitude. Okay, for the amplitude, here the maximum displacement which is done about the mean position is the amplitude. Okay, so this is the positive displacement, this is the negative displacement. Okay, so the maximum positive displacement is the crust, then maximum negative displacement is what? Trough in the case of the transversive waves. Okay, so here amplitude means the maximum displacement from the mean position is the amplitude in the case of the transversive waves. Okay, next here for the longitudinal case, here just consider this is the for wavelength. Okay, so this is about the transversive. So for the longitudinal case, as this is a wave, this is a wave. Okay, so now for the complete cycle the phase is also 2 pi. For the transversive and the longitudinal the phase is 2 pi only. Okay, now here we are getting the compression. Okay, here we are getting the ray refraction, here also we are getting the compression. So for the wavelength of the longitudinal wave, now we have to consider two compressions, the successive distance between the two compressions or the successive distance between the two ray refractions. So here compressions or ray refractions, the distance between the two compressions are the two ray refractions. Okay, so that means the distance between the two successive points in the case of longitudinal. Okay, now for the amplitude in the case of the for amplitude in the case of the longitudinal one, so here is the compression, so maximum compression is the amplitude, here maximum crust is the amplitude. Okay na, so the time period is what? The time taken for complete oscillation is the time period. Okay, so time taken for complete oscillation. Time taken for complete oscillation is the time taken for complete oscillation is time period. Okay, so here complete oscillation means here to here. Okay, so the time taken for the complete oscillation is time period. For here to here we are getting the time period T. Okay, so okay, now already we learnt about frequency. Frequency means the number of oscillations, the number of oscillations in 1 second. Okay, so that is the frequency. In the case of the longitudinal wave, the number of compressions in 1 second, that is the frequency. Okay, now here for the longitudinal we are taken compression and for the transversive we are taken the crust. No, so that means in the longitudinal we are taking the pressure. The pressure is main cause in the longitudinal case. Okay, so in the transversive case we are taken as displacement. The displacement is main cause. Okay, so this is about the transversive and the longitudinal. Okay, so now okay, so now already we learnt about wave equation also, that is the displacement relation for the oscillation of a particle. Okay, so here now this is a wave. Okay, so this is a wave. Okay, so now the wave is started here, and for here to here we are having the phase 2 pi. Already we know that. Okay, so when the wave is moving, okay, so that wave is moving in the media or anything. Okay, so if this is a moving in the media, that is a longitudinal or else. Okay, so just consider that here we are having the two variables. Okay, so as it is a particle which is vibrating like this, it is having some displacement from the mean position. Here is the mean position, and the particle having some displacement in this direction. Okay, so if we, here is the particle having displacement from mean position this. Okay, so now this displacement is along the which direction? Y direction. This is a y, this is a x. Okay, so the displacement is along the y direction. So here just take displacement as a y. Okay, now displacement is y. Okay, now here the wave is moving in this direction. Okay, so that means the positive in the x direction. Okay, so as wave is moving in this direction, then the distance traveled by the wave is what? Distance traveled by the wave is x. Okay, and the time taken, okay, so that is the time taken by that one, that wave is what? T. Time taken by the wave is t. Okay, so the displacement is y and the distance which is traveled by the wave is x. Now here the variable is what? Displacement. Okay, but and here the wave is moving in this positive x direction, then x also changes. The particle is here and the particle is here, the particle is here, the particle is here. Okay, so this is the x direction, the point of x also changing, but at time the particle is here, after some time the particle is here, then the time also changes. Okay, so here we are having some variables. That variables are what? That variables are y, x and t. Okay, but here the omega does not change, the frequency does not change, because the number of oscillations per 1 second, that is the frequency. Okay, so here with it does not change, the oscillations will be same. Okay, so the number of oscillations does not change. Okay, so that's why here we are having some constants, so that constants are frequency. Okay, so here frequency does not change and wavelength also not changes. Okay, so here to here the wavelength is lambda. Okay, so the wavelength does not change, only the position of the particle changes, and the time taken for that particle oscillation also changes, and the displacement which is done at the mean position also changes. Okay, that's only changes, but the frequency and the wavelength and the time period t and amplitude and phase 2 pi does not also, phase also change, does not change. Okay, these are the constant ones. Okay, but here we want the wave equation, so that means here we have to establish a relation that is in between the y, x, t with respect to the constant ones. Using these constants we have to establish a relation between these three. Okay, so that's why here we want the relation between y, x, t. Okay, so the displacement is changes with respect to the position of that particle and the time which is taken for that one. Okay, so here by depend on this we are getting the displacement of that particle. Okay, so now when a particle is oscillating, for one full oscillation we are getting the time period. Okay, so that means from here to here the particle oscillation is completed. Okay, so this time is as same as the time period of the wave. Okay, so for complete oscillation we are having the total time period t. For particle oscillation also we are having the time period t. Okay, so that's why t must be is equals to the t. T must be is equals to t. This is the wave time period. Okay, so that means the time period of the wave to complete one cycle. Okay, so and this time period is the particle oscillation. Okay, so to complete particle oscillation here we are having the time period t. Okay, so now here we have to relate this y with the x and this y with the t. Okay, so for that case we have to maintain one is constant. Okay, so if I want to just we have taken some photograph. Okay, so now here this is a wave. Now I am taken one photograph like this. Okay, so by taking the photograph here, this is the positive amplitude. Okay, and this one is lambda, and here we are having the time period t, and this is the time period of the wave. Here we are having the phase 2 pi. Okay, so now for this, just consider that when we have taken some photograph, here we are having some wave like this. Okay, but depend on here we have two graphs. Okay, so that is mainly on, this is displacement with respect to the position when time is constant. Okay, so we have a displacement relation with respect to the time when position is constant. Okay, so that means time is constant means just if we are thrown a one pebble into pond. Okay, so then we are getting some waves. Okay, so just take a one photograph of that one. Okay, so at that situation, okay, so that means at time, constant time, at time t is equals to 0, you are taking a one photograph of that waves. Okay, so that means here the time is constant at 5 here. Now just consider, now the time is 9 o'clock. Okay, at 9 o'clock you are taking a one photograph of that wave. That means the time is same. Okay, so then the time is constant. Okay, but there is some change in the particle displacement. Time is constant, and now that is at 9 o'clock you are taking the one photograph, then the displacement of a that particle will also changes, and also the that is the distance which is covered by the wave also changes, that is x, and there is some change in the x and the y. Okay, but here when x is constant means, just consider here is one position. You can stand here, and these are the waves which are touching you. Okay, so that means the position is same. At this position, now the wave is touching you. That means at first, at this position, at one level the water is like this, at another level the water is like this, at another level the water is like this. Okay, so that means here the water level is changing. Okay, so the water level is changing. Okay, so that means the position is fixed, but here that with respect to the time, at one time the crust is touches this one, and at another time the trough is touches, and another time another place of that wave also touches. Okay, so that means here the level of the wave, the level of the water will be changes, as here we are having some x is constant. So x is constant means the time changes, the displacement of a particle also changes. Okay, so now from this, just consider here this is a one total phase or oscillation of a particle. Now this total one is 2 pi. Okay, so here consider that this is a wave which is traveling in this direction, that is x. Okay, so now when, let us consider here is a particle. Okay, so the particle is here. Now this makes an angle, that angle is theta, that is equals to omega into t. Already we know that. Okay, so here the displacement of a particle is how much? This is the displacement. Okay, so here from mean position to here, that this is the displacement. So here to here, this is the displacement, that is a y. Okay, so this is the x. Okay, so here this is making an angle theta. Okay, now from this, already we know that from trigonometry, sin theta is equals to what? Y by a. Okay, so opposite by this one, hypotenuse. Okay, so here, okay, so this is the amplitude, no, this is a. Okay, so y by a. Okay, so that is y is equals to a sin theta. Already we know that theta is equals to what? Omega into t. Okay, so y is equals to a sin omega t. Okay, so theta means angle is equals to angular velocity into time. Okay, so already we know that distance is equals to velocity into time. Okay, and theta is equals to omega into t. Okay, so y is equals to a sin omega t. This is the relation when which is constant. So that okay, so this is for y and t. Okay, so now let us consider for this only. Now when there is some distance covered, that is lambda in time period t, as this is a wave, okay, so the time period is t and this is the wavelength, that is the lambda, okay. So for lambda travel, for lambda distance travel, the time period is t, okay. Now here we have to travel x distance, okay. So for x distance travel, then the time period is how much, okay. So for that we have to take in that x by lambda into t, x by lambda into t, okay. So this is the total time which is travel for that wave, okay. So that is small t is equals to t, that is x by lambda into t, okay. Now here for t, for time period t, here we are having the y is equals to a sin omega t, okay. So that is a sin omega, time period t is equals to what, x by lambda into t, capital T, okay. So that is a sin, already we know that omega, okay. So omega is what, 2 pi by lambda, okay. So that into xt by lambda, okay, xt by lambda, sorry, here omega is equals to 2 pi by t, sorry, okay. So this is a t cancelled out, okay. Now here we are having a sin 2 pi by lambda into x, okay. So 2 pi by lambda is also a sin k into x. So y is equals to a sin kx, y is equals to a sin kx. So here we are having the two equations. First one is y is equals to a sin omega t, and the next is y is equals to a sin kx, okay. So here k is the wave number or wave propagation constant, okay, wave propagation constant, okay. So here we are having these two equations, okay. So first just consider that here this is the x, okay, and this is the y, okay. Now here we are having some angle theta, okay. So as theta changes, we are getting the equation y is equals to a sin, first the particle is here, let us consider the particle is here, okay. So then the displacement done by the particle is this much, okay. If the particle is here, then the displacement is this much, and x also varies, okay. If the particle is here, the x is this much and y is this much. If the particle is here, then x is decreasing and y increasing, okay. If the particle is here, the x is increasing, y is decreasing, okay. So depend on the position, there is some variations in the y and the x, okay. So that's why as there is some variations in the y and x, there is some change in the theta also, okay. At this place the theta is theta 1, at this place the theta is theta 2, so theta 1 minus theta 2, okay. Now here y is equals to a sin, first theta 1 is what, when we are taking the time is constant, then we are having kx. When we are taking x is constant, we are having the omega t, that is kx minus omega t. This is for the y1 and this is for the y2, okay. So here we are having y is equals to a sin kx minus omega t and plus or minus 5 with respect to the phase change, okay. So now let us consider, here we are getting the minus, why, because depend on the minus and the place. Now here we have to know about that what is the direction of the wave, okay. So for that just consider this is the minus, no. So minus means here this is the theta, okay. So if omega t is increasing, then y also increases, okay. So omega t means here is the theta is equals to omega t, okay. So if here is the particle, let us consider, now the particle is here, okay. So if the particle is here, okay, so then the theta is increasing, okay. So theta is increasing means omega also increases, that means omega t is increasing. Omega t is increasing means at first position this is the y, okay. Next as after the particle is reaching here, then the y position is here, okay. So that means y is increasing, but at initial position the particle is here means here to here there is x, okay. So as particle is moving here, then the particle next position is this is x1 and the x2, but the distance is decreases. Okay, so that means x is decreases. Okay, so x decreases means here we are having the x decreases means as omega increases, y increases means x will become negative, will become negative. Okay, so here for we have to increase the x. Okay, so to increase the x, so x increase kavalante to become x is positive, then omega will be decreases. As omega is decreases, then y also decreases. Okay, so that means here if omega is positive, x is the wave is moving in the negative x direction. If x is positive, then the wave is moving in the if the wave is moving in the positive direction means the omega t will be negative. Okay, so here y is equals to a sin kx minus omega t plus or minus 5. Okay, so here we are having the minus omega t. Okay, so that means the wave is traveling in positive x direction. Okay, so if y is equals to a sin kx plus omega t plus or minus 5 is there, then we are having the here omega t is positive, omega t is increasing means x will be decreases. That means the wave is traveling in negative x direction. So here this is the positive direction of the x, this is the negative direction of the wave. That means if here is the wave, okay, so now here is the particles. Okay, all these are the particles. Okay, so this is a crust. Okay, so to get the maximum displacement, all these particles are they are vibrating upwards like this. Okay, but here we are getting the trough, no? So the particles vibrates downwards. Okay, from here to here the particle vibrates downwards. Okay, so that means the particle vibration, the particle excitation is mainly depend on the wave direction. If the wave is moving in this direction, okay, so here the particle vibration is to reach the, if the wave is in this direction, then the particle vibration will be in this direction. Okay, if the if the wave is in this direction, then all these particles are vibrated for this one. Okay, so some particles are about the trough, some particles are about the crust. Okay, depend on the wave direction, here the particle vibration will be decided. Okay, now here we are having some parameters, that is k. K means already we know that propagation constant. Propagation constant means this is the change of phase per unit displacement. Okay, so change of phase means 2 pi. Okay, so per unit displacement, unit means 1. Okay, so per unit displacement. Okay, so here for lambda displacement, our phase is how much? 2 pi. Okay, so this is the 2 pi, no? So here to here we are having the length lambda. Okay, so for lambda displacement we are having the 2 pi phase. Okay, now for 1 unit displacement, how much phase we require, that is the propagation constant. So here we can written as 2 pi by lambda. 2 pi by lambda gives the propagation constant, that is k. 2 pi by lambda. Okay, next angular omega is there, so this can be known to be a angular velocity or the frequency. Why? Because in the time t time, okay, so the phase change is how much? 2 pi for one cycle. Okay, now here in 1 second how much phase change, that is the 2 pi by t. This is a omega. Okay, so in this situation we known to be angular velocity. If we are considering that, already we know that 1 by t is equals to frequency. Okay, so that is 2 pi into nu is equals to also a omega. Here we are known to be angular frequency, angular velocity will be same. Why? Because this is angle into frequency, that gives the angular frequency omega. Okay, so and from all these, okay, so that means omega is equals to 2 pi by t or 2 pi nu, and propagation constant k is equals to 2 pi by lambda, and wave equations, that is a sin omega t plus or minus, like that. Okay, so by depending all this, we can also find the velocity of wave. Velocity of wave, that is velocity of wave is equals to v is equals to omega by k. Okay, omega is equals to what? 2 pi by nu, 2 pi nu, and k is equal to 2 pi by lambda. 2 pi cancel, and here we are getting frequency and the lambda, that is v is equals to frequency lambda. This is velocity of the wave. Okay, so these are the fundamentals of these waves. Now here we have to find the velocity of the wave for the transverse waves and the longitudinal waves. Okay, if the wave is moving in the media, that is the longitudinal wave. If the wave is moving at the surface, then that is the transverse wave. Then we have to find the velocity of that wave depending on the wave motion. Okay, so